Imagine the scene. The arena is buzzing with energy. A sea of fans awaits a spectacle like no other. On one side stands Jake Paul, a 27-year-old social media phenomenon turned boxing sensation, known for his audacious personality, overwhelming self-confidence, and surprising skill in the ring. On the other side, the legend himself, Mike Tyson, a man whose name is synonymous with ferocity, precision, and an indomitable fighting spirit that took the boxing world by storm in the 1980s and 90s. And now, for the first time ever, audiences around the world will be able to witness this epic clash on November 15th, as Netflix broadcasts this showdown of generations, pitting the youthful audacity of Jake Paul against the seasoned power of Mike Tyson. Jake Paul's journey into boxing is as unorthodox as they come. Emerging first on Vine, then YouTube, and later amassing millions of followers on various social media platforms, Jake transitioned into boxing as a serious pursuit in 2018. At first, he was seen by many as just another celebrity boxer, expected to fade after a few fights. However, Paul has proven himself to be more than a passing attraction. His record includes wins over Tyron Woodley and Anderson Silva, two former UFC champions, and these victories, though controversial to some in the boxing community, demonstrate his dedication and undeniable progress in the sport. Paul's journey reflects a transformation from internet personality to a surprisingly credible contender, one who has built both a fan base and a measure of respect in the boxing world. One of Jake Paul's greatest strengths is his self-confidence, which has driven him to enter the ring against fighters with far more experience, even after only a few years of training. This self-belief has empowered him to step up to challenges most would have avoided, making his journey in boxing as much about mental fortitude as physical training. This boldness, combined with his dedication, has allowed him to confront seasoned fighters, showing that his ambitions go far beyond mere celebrity bouts. Meanwhile, Mike Tyson's career is absolutely legendary. At just 20 years old, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, a record that still stands today. His professional record boasts 50 wins, 44 of them by knockout, with only 6 losses. Tyson dominated the sport in the 1980s, instilling fear in his opponents with lethal combinations, raw power, and unparalleled speed for a heavyweight. For 15 years, he had nothing to do with boxing. But in 2020, at the age of 54, he returned to the ring for an exhibition bout against Roy Jones Jr. To the amazement of fans and analysts, Tyson appeared remarkably sharp, powerful, and well-prepared, reminding everyone that his skills and passion for boxing had not faded with age. When imagining a matchup between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, one must consider the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters. Paul's youth and stamina would certainly work in his favor. He has the natural advantage of recovery, endurance, and agility that come with youth. Additionally, he has committed himself to an intensive training regimen, consistently sharpening his skills. While he lacks the depth of experience that most boxers his age would have, he has proven himself to be more than just a celebrity in the ring. Paul has built up a solid foundation of punches, footwork, and defensive strategies, along with an improving ability to pace himself, allowing him to control his energy over the course of a fight. Furthermore, Paul is a master of mind games and showmanship. He understands the psychology of entertainment and sport, using social media and publicity to get under his opponent's skin and creating a mental edge even before the first bell rings. However, Paul's greatest disadvantage is his relative inexperience, especially when compared to a fighter as seasoned as Tyson. Despite his growth, he has only 11 fights under his belt, most of which were against former MMA fighters rather than experienced boxers. This gap in experience could be a critical factor in a bout against a legend like Tyson. And though he is steadily improving, he is still learning the deeper nuances of boxing. In contrast, Tyson's strengths are formidable, even at his advanced age. His punching power is legendary, and his ability to land powerful shots with remarkable accuracy has always set him apart. Even in his 2020 exhibition fight, his punches carried a force that surprised many. Tyson's power does more than just score points. It devastates. His career was built on his ability to end fights with a single, well-placed punch. Additionally, Tyson's approach to boxing has always been one of relentless offense. He presses forward aggressively, creating openings and exploiting his opponent's weaknesses. His understanding of timing, space, and tactics in the ring remains sharp, honed over decades of experience. Tyson's psychological presence is also a defining factor. Known for his intimidating aura, he has a mental toughness that can shake opponents even before the fight begins. For Jake Paul, who often thrives by unsettling his opponents, facing Tyson would be a psychological test unlike any he has encountered. Yet Tyson's age and stamina could be his biggest hurdles. Approaching 60, Tyson's physical condition is not what it once was. Although he trained rigorously for his 2020 comeback and looked impressive, maintaining that level of fitness for a competitive fight would be a monumental task. Additionally, fighting a younger opponent like Paul, who has speed and stamina on his side, might challenge Tyson in ways that are difficult to predict. Paul could potentially use his agility and conditioning to try to tire Tyson out over several rounds, hoping to capitalize on any fatigue that might set in as the fight progresses. In recent times, Mike Tyson's health has been a topic of concern. Despite his impressive comeback in 2020 and continued passion for training, Tyson has faced several health challenges. He has been dealing with persistent neck problems, a result of the rigorous training and physical toll his body has endured over decades. Additionally, there was an incident on a flight where Tyson became unwell due to an ulcer. These health issues add an extra layer of uncertainty to his upcoming matchup, raising questions about how they might impact his performance and stamina in the ring. Tyson's comeback against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020 reminded the world of his enduring power, skill, and love for the sport. Despite his age, he showed surprising agility and power, repeatedly pressing Jones with heavy punches and constant movement. For fans, it was a dream come true to see Tyson return to the ring, even in an exhibition format. This performance reignited interest in Tyson's legacy and prompted speculation about his potential against contemporary fighters. Although the fight with Jones ended in a draw, Tyson's ability to go toe-to-toe with a seasoned champion after so many years was nothing short of inspiring. It also raised a question. If Tyson could perform at this level at 54, what might he do against a younger, less experienced opponent like Jake Paul? When Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will face off in the ring, several factors would likely influence the outcome. Paul would probably attempt to avoid Tyson's infamous early aggression and adopt a defensive strategy, aiming to outlast Tyson over the rounds. Using his youth and stamina, he might focus on quick footwork and continuous movement, trying to frustrate Tyson and evade his powerful punches. Paul's approach could involve provoking and unsettling Tyson psychologically, although this tactic could backfire against a fighter as resilient as Iron Mike. Tyson, on the other hand, would likely look to end the fight early, taking advantage of his powerful punches and closing the distance to land hard, decisive blows. So, who would emerge victorious in this highly anticipated clash? Would Jake Paul's youth, stamina, self-assurance, and improving skills be enough to challenge the legendary experience and power of Mike Tyson? Or would Tyson's ferocious punches, even at his age, prove too much for Paul to handle? In a fight that pits youthful energy against seasoned power and skill, the answer is elusive and thrilling. But the real question is, what do you think? As this historic bout is set to air on Netflix on November 15th, who would you put your money on? Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxer, or Mike Tyson, the indomitable force who once ruled the heavyweight division?